The Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie has had a lot of leaks throughout the past couple months, whether it be new cast, new lore, and lots more. But first, let's get a quick recap of the first movie leaks. Even though this image right here isn't technically a leak and was actually posted by Scott himself, it still meant a lot to the fans about the movie. This is a Reddit post made back in November of 2020. Scott was basically saying that there was, in quotes, bad news about the movie, but in reality, Scott was just trolling us and telling us what screenplay we'd be seeing in the movie. He gave us a list of 10 different screenplays. Now, in this video, I'm not going to cover all of them, but if you'd like to see all the different screenplays we could have gotten, I'll link it in the description. In the end, we ended up getting the Mike screenplay, which was what we saw in the first movie. In December of 2022, almost 2 years later, Dawko hosted his charity live stream, and during the live stream is when we actually learned who the cast was going to be in the movie, being Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard as the two main characters. Then, in early 2023, a company named Signworks actually posted a video of the pizzeria sign that was going to be displayed outside of the pizzeria. In March, we got the animatronics leaked, and also during that time, we got a bunch of different scene leaks. And finally, the movie eventually released, and critics hated it, but fans loved it, and in the end, it ended up being the highest grossing horror game movie ever. Now, what about the FNaF 2 leaks? Well, it all started off with a photo from Scott at Jim Henson's workshop back in April of 2024. You can see a man sculpting a miniature version of Mangle, and off to the side you can see what seemed to be Toy Bonnie due to the ears on the ground. A month later, in May of 2024, we actually got the date announcement for the second movie, being December 5th of 2025, which is less than 11 months away from now, which seems like a long time, but before you know it, it'll be here. Eventually, FNAF's 10th birthday came around, and every single day we got a brand new photo of the behind the scenes content. On the first day, we got a picture of Endo 02. On the second day, we got Toy Bonnie's eyes. On the third day, we got a mold of Toy Chica's head. On the fourth day, we got Toy Bonnie's head, and on the shelf, you can actually see what seems to be a big eyelid mold, which some believe is part of the big withered golden Freddy head. On the fifth day, you can see the endoskeleton for withered Bonnie, as by this little text on this little plate thingy. On the sixth day, you can see withered Foxy's head. On the seventh day, you can see withered Bonnie's head, and on the eighth day, you can see a lot. You can see Toy Freddy's head, a bunch of withered heads, and actually in the background you can see a bunch of photos of them hung on the wall. There's also a photo of an almost completed Toy Bonnie head, and finally Mangle's head. On the same day, we also got 4 different scripts. Only one of them is actually a part of the movie. One is about Vanessa being held captive by Toy Chica, and Vanessa telling Toy Chica a code to something. The second is about an army/government thing talking about the animatronics. What? The third is about Mike and Abby together at a gas station and Vanessa calling them and saying to get to work. And the fourth one is finally about a man leading 2 kids into a secret underground staircase in the middle of a carousel, which honestly would be so cool, and I'm hoping it's that script, but who knows. And it is currently unknown what the real script is, but it is definitely not the army one, because that would just be plain goofy. On August 16th, 2024, the official codename for the second movie was revealed. If you don't know what a codename is, it's basically a name they use for the production of the movie without actually using the movie's name. The first movie's codename was Bad Cupcake. This one was revealed to be Music Box, which is obviously based off the Marionette, aka the Puppet. On October 18th, 2024, Blumhouse officially posted the first teaser image of FNAF 2, with Toy Freddy behind a red curtain. They captioned under this photo, "Come find me," which is actually what's spelled at the end of the first movie's post-credit scene. Throughout November of 2024, there were a lot of new news regarding the movie. It started with these two pillars showing up at the original location. Nobody knew what it was, but we knew something was definitely coming. Then a bunch of other photos of supposed camping scenes and also school scenes started showing up, which most likely revolved around Abby's current life after FNaF 1. There were also a lot of new cast updates, such as Briones, who played a supporting role in the movie. He's actually one of the main characters in the first season of the Chucky show, and I personally really like that show. Then there was Ronald Charles Chavis, who is a day player, which basically means a person who films for one day and then he's just gone. So he probably plays a very minor character. Then there is Jaquan Monroe Henderson, who's part of the cast. He is known for being in Dead in the Water, which I've personally not seen, but I don't know. Finally, for just right now, because there's more cast later in the video, there is Billy Slaughter, who plays a supporting role. He is well known for being in the movie Bad Moms, which is a comedy thing, I think. Also in November, something really big came up. That being the layout of the second location. Some person who I guess was working on the movie made a thank you post, but in the background you can actually see the layout for the inside of the pizzeria, which you can see is very open floor plan actually, but the main thing to point out are these three arches right here, which will actually be relevant later in the video. The next major update was in December of 2024, in which the second building was being made. They actually built it near the first one, which I don't know why, and they also remade the first one, probably for a scene of some sort, and the first one also had a bunch of like posters and flyers hung on it, which we'll actually be able to find out later in this video due to a video that was made by Dawko earlier today. Anyways, the building seemed to be very different. It seemed to be aesthetically different, but almost similar in the same way. It was angular, kind of, instead of like a flat front entrance. Not just that, but the door actually had this cool stained glass on the front of it, which had the main toys and mangle. But not just that, but someone flew a drone over the site, and behind the building you can see, that's right, the three arches, meaning that in the layout, the three arches represent the entrance to the building, which can give us a clear representation of what the restaurant's gonna be like. On January 7th, 2025, it was announced that Freddy Carter would be playing a supporting role. Not much is known about his character at the current moment, but the actor has been featured in Wonder Woman, so that's pretty cool, I guess. On January 9th, 2025, Josh Hutcherson was spotted back at the original location, and next to Josh Hutcherson, you can see a bunch of the flyers from earlier on the door. Once again, those flyers will be answered later in the video, you'll just have to wait and see. On January 11th, 2025, one of the most biggest things happened. The FNaF 2 sign was revealed in its full glory. It features the main three toys and has a cartoony aesthetic to it. It is unclear if it was made by Signworks, the original people who made the first one, but either way, the sign is really cool. You know how I said that the sign was the craziest thing to happen? Well, scratch that, because I lied. Because January 12th through 15th was insane. What happened? Well, photos of FazFest appeared. It seemed to be an entire festival dedicated to our favorite animatronics. It had a bunch of merch tables, concessions, signs hanging up, and overall, I wish I could see it in person so badly. It looks like so much fun. Oh my god. On January 14th, 2025, a random photo of Matthew Lillard appeared, which looked almost like something you'd see off of an old person's Facebook, but in the background you can see a neon sign behind him that says AID. But using our critical thinking skills, this most likely means Fazcade, which I'm personally excited to see how they do it and how big it'll be and if it'll be like the first movie kind of. Then, on January 16th, 2025, some of the biggest photos dropped. Some of them were just more FazFest photos, like a spin the wheel, a flyer on the ground, whatever. but other photos were actual photos of them filming at FazFest. You can see these two teenagers, a girl dressed up as Foxy and a boy dressed up as Freddy. They appeared to be looking at something. And what could that something be? That something is Toy Freddy. That's right, Toy Freddy is outside of the pizzeria and is at FazFest. And most likely something bad is bound to happen. In the photo, he kind of looks angry, and I would love to see just Freddy maul people. Like, I think that would be pretty funny, but that's honestly wild, and I did not expect that from FazFest, and I think it's gonna be a really cool scene. That's probably gonna be one of my favorite scenes. Like, genuinely, I cannot wait for this movie to come out, and I cannot wait to see that scene in its full glory. Also, a lot of people have been upset by it because it's Five Nights at Freddy's, not Five Nights not at Freddy's, but this idea isn't even new. In the first movie, Golden Freddy leaves the pizzeria, and some of you may say, but that's a ghost. No, it's not, because when Golden Freddy, got inside of Corey X Kenshin's car, he weighed it down. You could see he weighed the car down. But I see what people mean, but also this idea of the animatronics leaving, it's unique, it's different. We haven't seen anything like that before in the actual games or anything like that. It's cool, and I think it might genuinely make the movie better. And that's my opinion. I don't know if you guys have a different opinion, but I think this scene will be really, really cool. The second to last newest thing on my list is on January 17th, 2025. A trustworthy FNaF movie leaker told us that in one of the scenes, you literally won't believe this, Vanessa is going to drive a car and run over Mangle and, in quotations, make her fly through a window. It's unclear if they mean a car window or like a building window, but Abby and Mike are also supposed to be there, so who knows? This scene, I did see some people actually get mad at, since, once again, it's outside the pizzeria. But guys, the movie it's not even out yet. Give it time to breathe, okay? Who knows? This scene actually might be really good, and this movie is probably gonna be 10 times better than the first one. And remember this, don't judge a book by a flying mangle hit by a car, or however that saying goes. Finally, today, as of editing, aka January 19th, 2025, Dawko, Raz, Ryan, and Baz, I believe is his name, all got to see the exteriors of the new locations. He also got to see the animatronics, but sadly he cannot show us yet. And those outside flyers, well, they were actually for the FazFest, which makes a whole lot of sense since Josh, aka Mike, probably found those flyers, and then later in the movie he checks what FazFest is, and that's where the accident goes down and everything. And the next clip I'm going to show you is Dawko's reaction to the outside and partial inside of the second location.
Yeah, guys. Oh, I love that. It's so cool. I love that window.
This video overall really helps us get a closer look at all the fine details, such as the rundown, dirty aesthetic. We also get to see the stained glass in better detail. Also, the lighting is really cool. Everything is just so cool. Here are also some more images that Dawko didn't actually point out in the video, such as these 3 little signs they have. Today is your day to play, fun lurking in every corner, and don't be shy, come dance. There's also this cool little Toy Freddy mural thing on the ground, which I think is a pretty cool small detail that people will probably look over. But overall, this movie is going to be absolutely insane from what we've seen so far. This is just, I cannot wait. Like, words cannot describe. This movie is going to be amazing. and we're gonna get more and more updates, and I'm probably gonna have to make a part 2 to this video because we still have 11 months until this movie is out, and 11 months is kind of a long time. So, but anyway, this is the first essay/news video thing I've ever done. I've never edited so much before, but I love how this video came out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!